Subject: Mathematics. Part of the circle. Let's start with parts of a circle. Circle. The subtopics are center, which is important for a circle. Diameter, radius or radii. Chord, semicircle, circumference. These are the subtopics which we have already learned in the last lesson. Observe the picture carefully. You can see a circle, a line, cake, mango, a wheel, and a ball, which is in boy's hand. These all objects are in circular in shape, so they are known as circular objects. Children, let's look at the picture. Bangles, wheel, boat wheel, giant wheel, coins, pizza, car steering. Observe this picture carefully. Children, you can see various pictures and figures on my screen, due to which you notice that something is common or similar in them. All the above things look similar of particular shape, that is circle. Circle is one of the common shape in the universe. Circle. Parts of the circle we have already revised in the last chapter. The first is the center of the circle, and the second circle is a radius. And the third picture is the diameter of the circle. And the fourth picture is the chord of the circle. A semicircle which divides a circle into two parts. A circumference, the bod- the border of the circle or a boundary of a circle is known as circumference. In this lesson, we will learn all the basic concept in context to circle. Let us see the park, which is round in shape and has a special feature which we will learn in this class. Mathematical definition of circle is also on the same lines. A circle can be defined as a collection of points in the plane which are fixed distance and fixed point in the plane. The fixed point is called the origin of a circle and the fixed distance is known as radius. If you can see the center of the park connected to the gate, this part can be called as a radius. The radius is the distance from the center of the circle to the boundaries of the circle. The radius is a Latin word which means ray or the spoken of a wheel. Radius is denoted by a small letter R. Now, if we extend that part to meet the other side of the boundary of the park, passing through the center of the park, then it will be called as a diameter. Diameter of the circle is a straight line passing through the center, connecting point, connecting two points on the boundary of the circle. Diameter comes from the Greek word diameter. Dio means cross or through, and metro means major. Diameter is denoted by a small letter D. As you can see, the diameter touches at the two different points. Well, then any line segment which touches the circle at a different segment or a different points is known as a chord of the circle. The chord of the circle is where it is visible in the part that diameter is the longest chord in the park now. The line segment touches the circle at a different point and diameter is the longest chord in the circle. Now, if the same road extends on both the sides outside the park, then that road can be called as secant of the park. Secare in Latin means to cut. Hence, any line which cuts the circle is called as a secant. Kindly note the difference between the diameter, chord and secant. Diameter is a chord which passes through the center, whereas the chord touch at any two points on the circle. And the secant is a line stretching to infinity at both the direction. Every diameter is a chord. Every chord cannot be a diameter. If a diameter and a chord extend outside the circle, then it is a secant. Once, if we draw a chord or a segment, we can see that a park is divided into two regions. Now, this region is known as a segment. The segment of a circle is the region bounded by the chord and the arc subtended by the chord. The larger area is known as major segment and the smaller area is known as a minor segment. If the chord or a segment is a diameter, the circle gets divided into two equal regions, and in our case it is getting divided into two equal semicircle, this equal segment. Now, if imagine you are jogging around the boundaries of the park, and when you complete one round of this boundary, it is known as circumference of the circle or a circular park in which you are jogging. Circumference is the distance around the boundary of a circle. If there is a line touching the circle at one and only one point, then it will be called as a tangent. However, they can be infinite that can be drawn to a point on the circle, but there is only one line that touches the circle through that point. In the park, there is one side of a park which contains flowers. This area is a small part of the boundary of a park, and you can see that it looks like an arc. So children, it is called as arc itself. An arc is a portion of the boundary or the circumference of a circle. Now we have saw the area which is flowers. There are two ways to go to that area. Both the paths start from the center of the park. If we concentrate only on particular area, it is called as a sector of the circle or a sector of an area. The sector of area is bounded by the two radii, an arc subtend between them. Now, if you have understood the sector, so can you give me another example for sector? I'll give you an hint. We all love pizza. One particular slice of pizza can be called as a sector. The smaller region is known as a minor sector and the bigger region is known as a major sector. As you can see, the major and the minor sector. The sector and the segment are both bounded by an arc, but the difference is that the sectors are enclosed by two radii and the segment are enclosed by a chord, and when that chord is a diameter, the sectors are equal to the segment. If the area is enclosed by the diameter and an arc. Today we have learned the new topic segment, secant, arc, tent and a sector. These are the new topics which we have learned and which are very important in part of a circle. Children, let me ask you a question. Do you think the earth is also a circular in shape? The answer to it is no. The earth is not a circle. Do not be confused. The shape of the earth is earth is spherical in shape. The three-dimensional in nature, whereas the circle is in two-dimensional in shape, plane. So that's all for today's lesson, part of a circle. Children, the homework for you, draw a part of a circle which has been taught. I hope you have understood the parts of a circle. Thank you.